Hey everyone, it's Ardith. I'm here for Hutson.com, and today I'm introducing the new Alpine Snowfall die, which is part of the November Essentials by Ellen release. It's in the shape of the circle, but it doesn't actually cut the circle, just the snow. It was designed to work perfectly with the Alpine Windows die set that was released in September, and it gives you even more possibilities when you use them together, but you can use this one on its own as well. I created a trifold card to show you how it works with one of the dies from the Alpine Windows set. I started with a piece of white cardstock cut to 5.5 by 8.5 inches. I scored each end at 3 11/16 inches. I was surprised to see that my score buddy has that measurement on it, so I didn't have to guess. Once I had it scored and folded, I laid the tree die from Alpine Windows on the front panel and I ran it through my die cutting machine. I placed it close to the top so I would have room for a sentiment later. Next, I folded the card up and lightly drew the top outline of the cutout onto the middle panel using a pencil. This was just to help me line up the snow die, which I did before running it through the die cutting machine. The die cut really well, but there were still a few of the tiny pieces I needed to poke out with my craft pick. Before the next step, I erased the pencil lines so that they wouldn't show on my finished card. Then I folded up the card so you can see how it works. I could have left it like this. It's very pretty, all white on white, but I'm a lover of bold colors, and I felt that that sky needed to be blue so that the snow would show very clearly. I grabbed my craft mat and some 1-inch post-it tape to mask off the panel, and then I got out my Catherine Pooler Suede Shoes blue ink. This ink is rich and beautiful in full strength, so I went to town with my blending, laying it on really heavily. Sometimes when you're blending with these inks, they may look a little splotchy until they dry, especially with darker colors, but they smooth out over time. Next, I got out the new Snow Days stamp set and I chose a big bold sentiment for the front of my card, as well as a smaller one for the inside. I placed my Misty horizontally so that I could really see the placement of my stamp on my card front. Then I turned my Misty. I find it easier to do the stamping with my Misty vertical rather than horizontal, just a personal preference. And I inked up the sentiment with Catherine Pooler Samba ink, which is a bright red color, and stamped it down. I repeated the process for the inside sentiment using Suede Shoes again. Horizontal Misty, place the stamp, vertical Misty, ink and stamp the impression. Since my blue interior was slightly visible from the front of the card, probably due to the thickness of my 110-pound cardstock, I decided to go with it, and I trimmed about 1/16 of an inch off so that it looked deliberate and not like bad measurement. Hey, sometimes the card's in charge of the design, right? To finish the card, I added some sparkle to the edge with Stardust Stickles. I ran a bead of it along the edge, and then I just smudged it a little bit with my finger. I love this look. The sparkle's flat against the card, and it has an irregular edge. Finally, I added stickles to the trees as well. And that's it, a bold but simple winter card. There's a number of ways you could use this die on its own. Here, I simply ran the die through one way, turned it, and ran it again. Then I added this adorable juggling snowman from Snowbuds for a simple snowy scene. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below for even more inspiration. Have a great day.